Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
This is the city. From one night to the next, it's never the same. They make it that way. Counting the suburbs, there's 4 million of them. Most of the people have something to add. A few of them are out to take it away. In my job, they're the ones who keep you on the move. I'm a cop. It was Wednesday, September 28th. We were working the night watch out of homicide detail. My partner's Ed Jacobs. The boss is Thad Brown, chief of detectives. My name's Friday. It was 11:48 p.m. when I got back from the crime lab. The call came in a few hours before. An attractive blonde secretary was found beaten to death in a downtown office building. A length of steel pipe wrapped in heavy paper was on the floor beside her. There was no trace of the killer, no apparent motive for the killing. For every murder, there's at least one of each. We had to find him. Hi, Opie.
Hi, Joe.
You seen Jacobs around the last half hour? I was supposed to meet him here.
Yeah, he's come and gone. Still around the building, though. He just had a call.
Oh, what about? Do you know?
Yeah. He was on that killing tonight. Call came from one of the cruiser cars checking the neighborhood down where it happened.
Mm-hmm. They find something?
Picked up a guy about 3 blocks from the murder scene. He was acting suspicious. Been in the cruiser car. Figured maybe you'd want to talk to him.
They're bringing the man in now, are they?
Yeah, mm-hmm. You been over checking at the crime lab?
Yeah, there's not much. The murder weapon's all we got so far. A piece of pipe with heavy manila paper wrapped around it.
Latent prints do any good?
Well, they lifted a lot of fingerprints. They all belong to the victim. None of them are foreign.
Have you got a toothpick, Joe? I had corn on the cob for dinner tonight.
Yeah, sure. Usually some in this top drawer, isn't it? Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Joe. I understand it wasn't much to look at. The killing, I mean.
It was a pretty vicious thing. The girl took a terrible beating.
Who found the body?
One of the scrub women in the building. It was an office up on the 9th floor. Import-export company. Victim was a secretary there. Pretty girl.
She dead long?
Must have happened around 7 o'clock tonight, I figured. It's just a guess.
What's the girl's name? She been identified yet?
Yeah, Adele Pryor. Her boss is out of town. She was working in the office alone. No one suspicious was seen entering or leaving the office around the time of the murder. No one we know of, anyway.
It's gonna take a lot of checking. Any ideas what the motive could have been?
Well, it wasn't robbery. They didn't keep any cash in the office. And as far as we know, the girl wasn't carrying much money. We'll start making the rounds in the morning, checking with her friends, see what we can pick up.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, how are you, Ed?
Bring the guy in yet, Ed?
Mm-hmm. Lopey brief you about it, Joe?
Yeah, a cruiser car picked up a suspicious-looking guy out near the scene of the murder. That about the size of it?
A little more than that. They found the man beating his head against a brick wall in a back alley, about 2 blocks from the office building where we found the body.
Mm-hmm.
The guy had been drinking heavily when they picked him up. He was pretty far gone. Kept mumbling something about how he didn't deserve to live, how he was a murderer, killer. Not too coherent.
Did they ask him about the dead girl, Adele Pryor?
Yeah, but the stuff he said didn't make much sense. He sobered up a little since they picked him up. Might as well see what we can get out of him before we book him in, huh? Got him in the interrogation room now.
Okay, we'll give it a try. Any calls come in, you know where to find us, Loafy, huh?
Right, Joe. See you later.
All right, thanks.
Joe?
Yeah.
You check the crime lab?
Mm-hmm. About all we're sure of is a murder weapon. No prints, no other physical evidence.
Maybe it won't matter. Got half an idea we might have the killer now.
The guy they picked up, how'd he figure?
Just a hunch. I don't think he's drunk as he pretends.
Well, we're going to have to place him a lot closer to the murder scene than 2 blocks away. We can't prove a thing the way it stands.
I was downstairs when they brought the man in. Talked to him while we were bringing him up to the interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
Told me he knows the dead girl.
All right.
Said he was with her an hour before she died.
Thorough investigation of the murder scene by the crime lab failed to turn up anything in the way of leads. They knew they had the murder weapon, and that was all. The deputy coroner arrived and removed the body to the county morgue for posting. At 10 o'clock that night, 3 hours after the approximate time of the Pryor girl's death, officers in a cruiser car patrolling the area found a drunken man butting his head against a cement wall and muttering incoherently about a murder. The man was picked up and taken downtown to the interrogation room where Ed and I questioned him. We talked to him a full hour before he began to make sense. He gave his name as Robert French, age 34, an unemployed engineer. While we questioned him, Becker and Encinas from Homicide checked the hotel room where French had told Ed he was staying.
I don't know. I guess I had 3-4 drinks at Dusty's place, and I went down the street to the Blue Canary. Had some more drinks there. I don't remember what happened after that. I wasn't feeling so good.
You say you were drinking at Dusty's place around 7 p.m., that right, French?
I suppose so. I wasn't watching the clock. I guess it was around 7.
Did you talk to anybody while you were in the bar?
Oh, No, just a bartender. His name's Sarge. I don't know his last name. He'll tell you I was there.
What time was it when you got to Dusty's place, Frank?
Couldn't tell you for sure. About 6:30. Sarge would probably tell you. The bartender would tell you.
A little while ago, you told us you knew Adele Pryor.
Yeah, I knew her. I used to work for her husband. Rex's husband. I mean, they've been divorced 7, 8 years now.
You said you saw Adele Pryor in her office late this afternoon, French. What was the reason for the visit?
I borrowed a couple of dollars from her. She was always pretty good that way. Nice kid. I don't know anybody want to kill her like that.
How about the show you were putting on out in the street tonight, French? Beating your head against that wall. Now, what was that all about?
Drunk. Really drunk. Just felt so long I wanted to kill myself. Just lay down and die.
Well, how's that? You remorseful? You felt sorry for something you'd done? Is that it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think any special reason for it. When I get that way, I just keep thinking I want to die. I haven't got the nerve for it, though. Like my old man used to say, I haven't got the nerve to do anything right. I just wasn't born that way. I guess that's it.
You use narcotics, French?
No. I ain't even got the nerve for that. Booze, that's all. That's good enough for me. Hey, think we can go out for a cup of coffee, maybe? I could use it.
We can have some brought in. Do you want to check with Lope? He's usually got a pot on the stove in there, huh?
Yeah, okay.
And see if those 2 men have checked back in yet, will you?
Right.
Appreciate it, Sergeant. Sure gonna be mean when this booze wears off.
I'd like to ask you a little more about the Pryor girl, French. Just how well did you know her?
Not too well. I guess I used to see her maybe once a month.
Mm-hmm. Up there at her office?
Yeah, that's right. Nice girl. Whenever I was broke, I could always depend on her for a couple of bucks. I liked her. Nice person.
Did you ever go out with her?
Oh, no, never did. No romance stuff. I didn't like her that way. She was a good person. We got along okay.
Want a cigarette?
No, thanks. Not full of cotton already.
How about this business of Adele Pryor lending you money? She think quite a bit of you, did she?
Well, I did her a couple of favors once when I was working for her husband, and she was still married to him. She was going out with a guy she liked on the side. She was out with this guy once. I saw them together, and she asked me not to say anything, so I didn't. Before she got a divorce, I used to cover up for her all the time. She never forgot it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. How about when you saw her in her office tonight, French? How'd she seem to you, all right then?
Yeah, same as ever. I asked her if she could lend me a $5. She did, and I left. It was 6:15, I guess.
Was there anyone else in the office when you left?
Yeah. There was a guy waiting in the little reception room there. I don't know who he was.
You remember what he looked like?
Yeah, a little taller than I am, I guess. My age, had a gray suit on, black hair, kind of dark complexion. I didn't take a good look at him, no.
You think you'd know him if you ever saw him again?
I'm not sure. Maybe I would. He had a medium build. I think maybe I'd know him.
You say he was waiting in the reception room when you left, huh?
Yeah. When I walked out, he got up and started into the office. That's the last I saw him.
What was that?
I said that's the last I saw him.
Joe, see you a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beckner and Encinas have checked in. Just got back from going over French's hotel room.
What'd they find?
White shirt, pair of brown shoes, pair of dark trousers.
What about them?
Blood stains on all of them.
The stained pieces of clothing found in the suspect's hotel room were delivered to Lieutenant Lee Jones at the crime lab for detailed examination. We had French checked through R&I. He had no previous criminal record. Ed and I continued to question the suspect until 4 a.m. He denied any knowledge or complicity in the killing of 28-year-old Adele Pryor. He told us the blood-stained clothing in his hotel room was the result of an accident that he'd been in 2 weeks before when he'd been drinking heavily. French kept insisting that we check on the dark-haired man who'd been waiting in the reception room of the Pryor girl's office the night before when French left her. We gave the description of the unidentified suspect along with the M.O. to the stats office, requesting them to furnish us with any information regarding any assaults or any solved or unsolved murder. At 4:15 a.m., we booked in Robert French at the main jail on suspicion of 187 PC, murder. The next morning at 10 a.m., the legwork began. Lopez and Beckner from Homicide started checking on the background and the alibi of the suspect, Robert French. It didn't hold much water. None of the people at either of the bars where French said he'd been drinking at the time of the murder could definitely vouch for his presence, but they all volunteered the information that no matter how much he drank, French was never violent toward other people, only himself. Lopez and Beckner continued investigating the suspect while Ed and I checked on the background of the victim, Adele Pryor. At 8:25 p.m., we got back to the office.
Hi, I've been waiting for you two.
Won't be?
You and Beckner do any good?
Nothing to celebrate over. Long day, tired feet.
Anything new at all?
Maybe French is our man. You can't prove it by me. Every place we checked, everybody we talked to, the same answer.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy with a good education. He's on the bottle and out of work. Everybody seems to like him. He gets drunk, but he never bothers anybody. That's about the worst anybody can say about him. He drinks too much.
How about his being friends with the dead girl? Did you dig up anything there?
Yeah, but it only proves he was telling you the truth. As far as we could find out, there's nothing going on between the two of them. Everything we got, it only verifies what he told you. He had no interest in the girl except to borrow off her when he was broke.
Mm-hmm. You got in touch with the girl's ex-husband, did you?
Yeah, but we couldn't add anything. We're all clear there. By the way, Lee Jones called from the crime lab just before you came in.
What do you have, Lopey?
Well, he finished testing the bloodstains on those clothes they found in French's hotel room. None of the stains on them matched the victim's blood type. Another dead end.
It's hard to figure.
Sure got me stopped.
Oh, this just came in. Report for you from the stats office. He asked me to make a run for you on something last night.
Mm-hmm.
What's it look like?
Doesn't help much. Looks like more legwork.
What's that, Joe?
Well, French told us when he left Adele Pryor last night there was a man in the reception room waiting to see her. He gave us the guy's description, and the stats office made a run on it for us. It's the best one they got.
Yeah.
Guy's name is William Tanner, WMA, 32 years old, 5'9", 160 pounds, dark hair, dark complexion.
Fits the description French gave us of the guy.
Yeah, well, the rest of it's a lot closer to home.
How do you mean?
William Tanner was a prominent suspect in the Donaldson murder last September. The testimony of friends and relatives subsequently cleared him. The Donaldson murder is still unsolved, you know.
Mm-hmm. What's the point?
Well, the same thing that killed Donaldson killed Adele Pryor.
How do you mean?
Piece of steel pipe wrapped in paper. To the working detective assigned to examine a criminal case, the element of coincidence, when it occurs, generally serves to complicate any investigation. Toward the solution of the crime, coincidence may mean a lot or it may mean nothing. In any event, it can't be dismissed. This time, we had two examples of coincidence to deal with. A girl had been beaten to death in an office building. Within 2 blocks of the murder, we found a man, fairly well acquainted with the victim, who admitted to seeing the girl within an hour of her death. Primary investigation uncovered some facts which tend to incriminate the man, some facts which tend to prove him innocent. Is his presence in the immediate neighborhood of the killing only coincidental, or was he there at the particular time for the purpose of murder? We didn't know. By the same token, a man by the name of William Tanner was suspected 1 year before of beating an elderly woman to death with an identical murder weapon, a length of steel pipe wrapped in paper. This same person, William Tanner, matched the description of a man reportedly seen entering Adele Pryor's office shortly before she was murdered. Tanner also had a criminal record of 1 conviction for assault. Maybe it was a lead, maybe it was nothing. It had to be checked out. We showed Tanner's mugshot to our first murder suspect, Robert French, but he failed to identify it. When we found that William Tanner had moved from his last known address, we checked with his next of kin, his brother, Martin Tanner. He was with the city fire department. We found him on duty at the neighborhood fire station on Norwich Avenue.
No, I'm afraid not, Sergeant. I haven't seen my brother Bill in 3 weeks now. If he's not at his apartment, I couldn't tell you where to find him.
We tried the last address we had on him. He wasn't there. 8625 Norman Road.
Oh, no, I moved out of there 6, 7 months ago. Got his new address in my locker upstairs. I can give it to you before you go if you want.
We'd appreciate it, yeah.
What's it about, Sergeant? My brother in some kind of trouble again, I guess, huh?
Just a routine check.
You sound like you almost expect your brother to be in trouble, Tanner.
Tell you the truth, I guess I do. Don't know what's happened to Bill. Excuse me a minute. No, it's not our call.
How would you mean that, Tanner? What's happened to your brother?
Tell you the truth, I don't know. Bill and I used to live together with our mother. Ma died about 2 years ago. I don't think Bill ever really got over it. He was a lot closer to Ma than I was.
I see.
After she died, he drank quite a bit for a while, and he tried women, lots of them. After that, he seemed to turn to religion. At first, we thought that'd help, and it would have, too, except that he's an odd guy. Finds a way of distorting the Bible. Seems to go to extremes, that kind of thing.
Do you know any of your brother's close friends by any chance?
Oh, a few of them, I guess. I've been over to Bill's apartment from time to time the last couple of months. He's introduced me to a few people.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any of his women friends?
Yeah, I do. 2 or 3 of them.
How about the name Adele Pryor? Mean anything to you?
Would she be kind of a pretty girl? Blonde hair, nice clothes?
Yeah, that's right.
Have you met her, Tanner?
Yeah, Bill had me meet her once. Seemed to like her quite a bit. Why?
Was he pretty serious about her, or would you know that?
Yeah, he was serious about her, all right. He told me that. I don't think it worked both ways, though. Looked to me like she was playing the field. Bill took it way too serious.
How do you mean, Tanner?
Well, they went together steady for a while, and they broke it up. She did, I mean.
Mm-hmm. How'd your brother take that?
Not so good. I remember the night about a month ago. Never saw Bill like that before. Real bad shape. Wasn't drinking either.
That's so?
Never saw Bill like that in my life.
Like what, Tanner?
Off his head. He could have gone out and killed a girl.
Before we left the fire station, we got William Tanner's new address from his brother Martin. It was the same address as that of the murdered girl, Adele Pryor, an apartment house close by the intersection of Wilshire and La Brea. Tanner's apartment was on the 3rd floor, just down the hall from the Pryor girl's apartment. but Tanner wasn't there. The apartment house manager told us that he'd moved out the night before without leaving any forwarding address. Ed put in a call to the suspect's place of business, an industrial chemical company where Tanner was employed as assistant office manager.
What was the reason, sir? Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, sir. We'll be checking with you later. Bye.
What'd he say?
Tanner left yesterday, quit without giving notice. Told him he had a better job lined up.
Where?
South America.
Saturday, October 1st, 8 a.m. We got out a broadcast and an APB on murder suspect William Tanner. We checked with the local U.S. State Department office, but they had no record of granting a passport recently to a William Tanner to travel in a South American country. We talked to the various consulates in the city representing South American nations, but none of them had issued a visa to a William Tanner recently or anyone answering his description. Together with Lopez and Beckner from Homicide, Ed and I continued the search for the missing suspect. The deeper we checked into his background, the more we became convinced that mentally Tanner was far from normal. Most of the people who knew the suspect told us the same story his brother had given us. In recent months, Tanner had taken strongly to religion. He attended revival meetings and similar religious exercises every night in the week. He talked nothing but repentance. He quoted the scriptures constantly. He adopted the habit of carrying a Bible with him wherever he went, reading from it aloud every chance he got. He kept urging his friends to join him in being saved. On Monday, October 3rd, we began a check of the various revival halls. On Wednesday, October 5th, we found him. He was attending a gospel revival in a meeting hall in the south end of the city. He told us he had a room in a small hotel directly above the meeting hall, but he seemed reluctant to take us up there. While Lopez and Beckner got a passkey from the manager and went up to check the room, Ed and I questioned Tanner.
I was sorry to hear about Adele, what happened to her. It's a terrible thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We understand you knew Adele Pryor fairly well, Mr. Tanner. That correct?
Yes, that's correct. I liked her quite a bit at one time. We used to see a lot of each other. I was engaged to her, you know.
How is it you never married Tanner? Did she break off the engagement?
Oh, no. I was lucky. I found out in time. I broke off with her.
What do you mean you found out in time? What'd you find out?
I found the truth, Sergeant, the everlasting word. For know this and understand that no unclean person or covetous one has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. For these have given themselves up in despair to sensuality, greedily practicing every kind of uncleanness. Do not then become partakers with them. That's the everlasting word, Sergeant. The holy book.
Yes, sir, but I'm not quite sure I follow you.
Open your eyes and ears to the everlasting word, and you will know and understand all things. It's very simple, officer. I don't want to say anything uncharitable about her. Adele wasn't for me. I'm glad I found out in time, that's all.
When's the last time you saw her, Tanner? You remember?
No, I don't. Not exactly. I think I saw her a week or so before it happened, before they found her dead.
Where was it you saw her?
How's that?
I say, where was it the last time you saw her?
On the street. It was downtown somewhere. I passed her on the street.
You used to live in the same apartment house she did, isn't that right? Right down the hall from her?
Yes, I did. Why?
And for a full week, you didn't happen to see the Pryor girl around the apartment building at all?
No, that's right. When I broke off with Adele, that was it. I had no reason to see her anymore.
It's not too clear, Tanner. It doesn't jive with what we've been told about you and the Pryor girl.
Well, they're lies, of course. I suppose you know that. Adele was a beautiful girl, very beautiful. A lot of men she knew were jealous of me.
Well, now, the way we understand it, Tanner, you never did break off with Miss Pryor. You were going around with her, and you were seen with her right up to the day of her death.
Well, that's certainly a lie. I can prove that. As soon as I found out about Adele, that was weeks before she was killed. As soon as I found out, that was the end. I broke off with her right away.
I'd like to know what you're referring to, Tanner. You found out what?
Adele. She was one of those.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, she was. A sinner. I almost went out of my mind when I found out she knew it was wrong. She must have known. It's right there in the book for anybody to read. Do not let sin reign in your mortal body so that you obey its lusts.
What are you trying to tell us?
It was terrible. She sinned all the time. She committed terrible sins. Come on over to the side there with me. I can tell you all about her. I'd just as soon nobody heard us.
Sure, go ahead.
will be all right here.
Just one question before you get started.
Yes?
Did you ever visit Adele Pryor at her place of business downtown at her office?
No, I never did. Why?
Did you visit Adele Pryor at her office the day she was killed?
Well, the Lord is my witness, Sergeant. I have nothing to fear. Why should you ask me that question?
We have a report you were seen going into the office less than an hour before the Pryor girl was murdered. I'd like to have you clarify that for us, if you would.
Why, certainly, it's a lie.
You sure you weren't in that office with her just before she died?
Let me tell you about her sins. There was never anything as evil as this, Sergeant.
Is that right?
Yes, it was a terrible shock. I liked Adele. I think I loved her. We've been going out for 2 months. Sometimes I'd take her here so she could learn about the everlasting word, so she could know about the terrible sins some people commit. Drinking and parties and carrying on. Things that no one should do, especially girls like Adele. Beautiful girl.
How can you be sure she was doing anything wrong, Tanner? Do you have any real proof of it?
Everything, Sergeant. Just knowing she was sinning against the Lord.
Did you know of any of the other men she went out with?
They were sinful, I knew that. They only liked Adele because she was beautiful.
Did you know any of the men? Did you know for a fact there was anything wrong?
I knew everything, Sergeant. She was a beautiful girl, and I thought she was a woman of the Lord, and I wanted her for my wife. But she gave in to sin.
I guess that's her business, Tanner, how she lived. We're trying to find out how she died.
Well, just let me tell you about it. I'd lie there in the dark in my room upstairs and wait to hear her come in down the hall. It was always late. 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning I'd hear her come in.
Well, you still haven't told us, Tanner. What about the men she went out with, the Pryor girl?
Slaves of the devil, every one of them.
All right, you want to tell us, mister, how about it? Is that what made you do it?
Wait a minute. You don't wait to listen. You say, made me do it. Made me do what?
I think you know what I mean, Tanner. You want to tell us now?
It's a terrible thing, all this sin around us. It's a grave thing, the whole world. There's not one just man. There is none who understands. There is none who seeks after God. There's none who does good. No, not even one. Their throat is an open sepulchre, and with their tongues they have dealt deceitfully. The venom of asps is beneath their lips. Their mouths are full of cursing and bitterness. Destruction and misery are in their ways, and the path of peace they have not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes. No fear of God.
Well, yes, sir. We'd still like an answer to our question. Maybe we could talk it out a little better downtown.
The wisdom and the knowledge is here and now. I knew Adele and her terrible sins. They had to be paid for. Adele had to pay for every one of them.
You want to get to the point, mister. Now, what is it? What are you trying to tell us?
The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the charity of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all. Amen. She sinned and she died.
Yeah.
In the name of God, in the name of our Lord. Amen. I killed her.
William Harold Tanner was brought downtown immediately, where he volunteered a complete statement admitting full guilt for the murder of Adele Pryor. Blood-stained clothing found in his room corroborated his story. He gave us the details of how he murdered Adele Pryor because she spurned his attentions. We began questioning him about the Donaldson murder, which had taken place more than a year before and which was still unsolved. The victim, 64-year-old Louise Donaldson, had met death in the same manner as Adele Pryor.
No, I didn't know the old lady, but she had money. I'd been told that. I was broke and I needed the money, so I thought it'd be a good thing.
This was in September a year ago that you murdered her?
Yes, sir, September, all right. She was all alone. She didn't have anybody. She was sick. I probably did her a favor.
Now, your package here says you figured in the investigation on the plot to blow up the Rexmore Hotel about 3 years ago, homemade bomb planted in the basement of the hotel.
Yeah, that was mine 3 years ago in September. You never could have traced it. It's too bad the bomb didn't go off. I hated those hotel people.
All right. What was the matter?
Well, I worked at that hotel once, you know. I worked hard, too. One Saturday, they held up my paycheck. I didn't get it until the next Tuesday. I never forgot that. September.
September? Well, what would that have to do with it?
I don't know, really. September's always been the time, that's all. I always seem to work into some kind of trouble. Every September. I don't know what it is. It just seems to be the best time, September. It's always September.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't want to kill Adele. There wasn't anything else I could do. She was a sinner.
Yeah.
Drinking and running around, she committed sins all the time, the worst kinds of sins. Terrible.
Yeah, well, maybe you better check the book, Tanner. You're way ahead of her.
What do you mean?
What kind of sin's worse than murder?
On January 10th, trial was held in Superior Court, Department 87, City and County of Los Angeles, State of California. In a moment, the results of that trial. The suspect was examined by 3 psychiatrists appointed by the state and found to be sane at the time of the murders. He was tried and convicted of first-degree murder, 2 counts.